They say every relationship has a breaking point, but no one tells you it doesn't always break with shouting. Sometimes, it's just quiet. Like a door that doesn't slam, it just stops opening. That night, she stood in front of the mirror, one heel on, one heel off. The kind of focus that turns routine into ritual. Lipstick like war paint. Perfume like a warning. She was going out again, another Friday, another girls' night. I asked her to stay once. Just once. She smiled like I'd told a joke she'd already heard and said, "Don't wait up." I didn't argue. I'd already learned, in some battles, silence bleeds slower than words. When the door clicked shut, the apartment felt like a museum, full of things we built but stopped visiting, her half-finished shelf. The plant I watered alone. 2 mugs, one always cold that I told myself she'd come home early. I told myself a lot of things. By the time her heels tapped the hallway again, the sun was already up. She whispered, "You're mad." And I said, "No. I'm just tracking patterns." It's funny how love turns into logistics that I stopped waiting to argue. Started writing rules: if you're out past 10, I'll lock up. No drama. Just structure. She laughed, "You sound like a landlord." I said, "I'm acting like a man who still believes in order." She left anyway. That's when I realized, she wasn't chasing nights out. She was running from the stillness between us. 2 days later, she brought me lunch at the shop, that peace-offering smile, paper bag in hand, truce lunch. She said that I wanted to believe her. God, I did. So I set one rule: Fridays ours. No parties. No noise. She agreed. Said she'd planned something nice, and for a moment, I saw it, the version of her that used to knock on my door, not just walk through it, but 7 o'clock turned to 7:40. 7:40 turned to 8:20. She came home smelling like champagne and apologies, and I realized, you can't keep someone whose favorite part of the night is the escape. I kept giving her Sundays instead of Fridays. Afternoons instead of midnights, and she kept showing up with smiles like makeup, something to hide the tired underneath. We'd laugh. We'd touch. We'd almost remember, but you can't rebuild trust with moments that end before they begin. Then one night, I saw her tagged in a picture, neon lights, same faces, same patterns. People sent it to me with messages like, "You okay?" And I wanted to scream, "No. I'm observant." The night it ended didn't feel like an ending. It felt like an audit. She came home at 3 a.m., said, "Everything's under control." And something inside me just snapped into focus. Not rage. Not tears. Just clarity. I packed a bag. Checked the lease. Remembered whose name was on it. When she burst through the door, eyes blazing, I didn't yell. I just said, "I'm stepping out of the way." And that silence hit harder than any argument we'd ever had. She came to the condo later, soft voice, home-cooked dinner, the apology speech every man wants to believe. She said, "I'll change. I'll set boundaries. I'll prove it." And I said, "I don't want promises. I want patterns." We built new rules. Weekends together, plans in advance, no surprises. She nodded, swore she'd keep them. For 2 weeks, she did. Then one night, a call, a name, the same excuse: "Tasha needs me." I told her, "If you go, I won't be here when you get back." She thought I was bluffing. She left anyway. I didn't wait this time. I didn't check the clock. I just left, because love isn't measured in how long you wait, it's measured in what you lose by waiting. We met later, tried to talk. She cried. Said she was scared of silence. I said, "Silence isn't punishment. It's peace." And for the first time, I meant it. I still care for her, in the way you care for an old house you no longer live in. You remember every room. But you don't go back. So here's my advice: don't fight to keep someone who only shows up for the apology. Sometimes, walking away isn't giving up. It's just finishing the story before it finishes you.